Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at 6 of the best small business loan options when it comes to getting a small business loan for your small business. Whether you have bad credit, you're starting a new business, a startup, or even if you're looking to do something that's women-owned, we're going to be taking a look at a variety of different types of small business loan options and companies when it comes to getting started with your small business and applying and actually getting a small business loan to get your business off the ground and to get started. Now, before we dive into things, of course, I do want to mention if you want to check out any of the companies mentioned here in today's video, you can go and check out those links linked down below in the video description. Again, some of which are affiliate links, which can be a great way to help out and support the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into things. Now, of course, first things first, I do want to mention as a preface that these are small business loan companies. There's a variety of different ways to get started with a small business. You don't even necessarily need a loan, but if you are maybe a little bit strapped for cash, maybe you want to get started with your business and have a little bit of working capital, because I get that some businesses do at least, might be a little capital intensive. These are some good options you can look into and apply for different types of loans with these different companies. Now, of course, we're going to be diving into it right now. And of course, if you would hit that like button before we dive in as well, it would really help out the channel. Okay, so getting started here, we have the best small business loans and the best small business loan companies. Now, this page here is a best of page here. I will leave a link to this page in the video description. As you can see here, Brendan Valesky, that is my name, and we have the best small business loans. So, of course, this is a good way to get the capital you need to get your small business running. As you can see here, like I mentioned, if things are tight, maybe you're on a bootstrap budget, or maybe your business is a little bit more capital intensive, this could be a good way to at least kind of get the ball rolling and explore different loan options. So, of course, as we can see here, we have OnDeck as the first partner here at the top of the list for up to $250K for established businesses. Now, I will caveat as well that all these different loan companies kind of come with different terms, different credit minimums, different repayment terms. So it's important to read the fine print when you're looking at any of the different companies mentioned here in today's video, as well as just any kind of small business loan company you're looking at, right? Depending on how much money you need, what the minimum is, the credit score. Now, pretty much most of these, you're not going to have any kind of hard credit pulls. That's essentially what a lot of them do at least offer. And you can apply online in just a few minutes as well. Again, that's why I have links in the video description. Now, on this page here, you can also type in your zip code to get specific offers depending on where you're located. So I figured I would include this top of page here as well in the video description if you're interested in learning more about these companies. Now, starting with the first one here, we do have OnDeck. As you can see here, the term loans can fund the same day. Line of credit can fund instantly. You have a fast application process with no hard credit pulls and different repayment terms, 12, 18, or 24 months. Something you'll find common across a lot of these different companies is you're going to have a variety of different options that you can choose from. It's not necessarily like, oh, here's just one set option that you have. A lot of them have a variety of different processes. As you can see here, just taking a look at the OnDeck website as far as other options for OnDeck. As you can see here, it is a very popular online loan company. They have lines of credit that you can do. So you can do a line of credit or a term loan, depending on what you would like to do. Now, depending on when you're actually applying for these loans, interest rates may be slightly different. So that's something to keep in mind as well, is that can be different, and it may depend on your credit score as well as to what type of interest rate you might actually get approved with, or if you'll get approved altogether. So I would recommend, going through the application process, because there is no hard credit pull with a lot of these companies, especially like OnDeck as well, and at least kind of seeing like where you're standing with a couple of different companies before, maybe shop around a little bit before confirming as to whether or not you want to go with a specific one. Moving on, next in this list, we have Lenzi as well. As you can see here, this is the loans range of 25K all the way up to 5 million. So that can go quite a bit higher. They don't have any kind of credit score pulls, and it can be an online application. Now, in terms of Lenzi, taking a look here, they do have a wider variety of different types of small business loans when it comes to, startup business loans, real estate loans, personal loans, SBA loans. SBA loans are a little bit different from startup business loans. You might expect some lower interest rates with an SBA loan compared to what you would get from like a startup business loan or even just a regular small business loan, because SBA is more federally government backed. So that is something keeping in mind. And this company can I'll also help you with that process as well to kind of compare your overall options with LendZ. So you can compare across a wide variety of different types of lenders. That's honestly how a lot of these companies work. But I did want to also just mention, of course, that the SBA does also have that process here. And with LendZ as well, they can help you with getting the funding for your business. Moving on, next we have Biz2 Credit. So Biz2 Credit is at that $5,000 mark. So if you're maybe in that kind of bad credit category, I would maybe take a look at Biz2 Credit, because their minimum credit score as of time making today's video is just at that 580 FICO. So that is a lot lower than maybe some other options out there. And it could be a good option, again, if you are maybe on the bad credit or lower credit side of things. Now, again, it's not coming for free. You might have a higher interest rate due to lower credit. So just keep that in mind when you're applying. Keep an open mind as well. And they do have some average monthly revenue requirements as well. So maybe if your credit necessarily isn't as great, but you at least have some sort of revenue in your business and maybe some backing, it could help you kind of operate with some level of collateral against your business that can kind of help you in terms of getting additional working capital or funding that you might need. Even if your credit's a little lower, they kind of have other ways of almost like manually underwriting you by adding that extra level of revenue requirements or collateral, so to speak, in your business. So that's something to keep in mind. Depending on what your exact situation is, as well as maybe how many outstanding loans you have. They do have, term loans, commercial real estate loans, working capital as well, and quite a good variety of different options. Taking a look here at the website. As you can see here, they do also have an annual women-owned business study webinar. So, if you're in that case as well, then cool. You might be able to get some extra additional opportunities there, depending on the type of business that, you're operating or you're running with Biz2 Credit. So again, another good option worth taking a look at. They do focus in on that kind of like lower credit score range as well. I figured I would also, point that out here with Biz2 Credit. Moving on, next we have Revenued. Now, Revenued is an online tracking platform, personal account manager. Of course, now they do have loan ranges at the bottom from 5K all the way up to 500K. Now they do have higher average yearly revenue requirements. So, if you're maybe just brand new, I would take a look maybe at these first couple like OnDeck or LendZ. But if you're maybe a little bit more established, then Biz2 Credit or Revenued might be a better option for you. If you maybe already have your business kind of going and you're just kind of looking for more working capital to continue running and operating your business. As you can see here, because they do have the actual revenue requirements, they don't have a minimum credit score needed. So if you are kind of in that lesser credit range, essentially the credit score effectively kind of gives you more flexibility if you're a brand new business owner. Whereas if you maybe have that collateral because you already have the average yearly revenue requirements for some of these other options, then the lower credit isn't really a big deal because they kind of have the money. They know that you have the ability to repay the loan already. So it's more of almost like a secured debt in a way, as to how they break it down and how they're able to offer that. As well as you can see here with Revenued. This is their website here, just taking a look at it real quick. And they do offer a business card as well. So if you do need like a business card, they do also offer that with their services as far as their business loans. And again, they are more for established businesses. So I would just bear that in mind when you're considering the different partners here and options. Now, next we have BlueVine, which has lines of credit up to 250K. Average yearly revenue requirement, again, a little bit higher, a little slightly higher FICO score requirement as well with BlueVine. Because they have the yearly revenue requirements. But, if you are operating like a higher revenue business, maybe your profit isn't necessarily as high, maybe you're more capital intensive, then it still could be a good option for you to take a look at these different companies. Again, 625 is on slightly higher than the none or 530 or 560 range. But if you're looking for a business loan, the nice thing about BlueVine, they do also have some other business checking tools, business lines of credit. Is pretty easy to get started. They also have a business credit card too. So BlueVine could be kind of like a one-stop shop for a few different options when it comes to your business beyond just like a loan. You can also set up the checking, payroll, and other types of payment options. Again, that sort of like works almost as collateral in a way because they can see and verify, hey, you actually have this money here. So just keep that in mind as well. But that could be, just another way to help you get approved for different types of loans and more flexible options with something like BlueVine. And last but not least, we have businessloans.com, which is up to 3 million. So one of the highest on here as well. They have free application, no credit check, short and long-term loans, and fixed limit as well. This is with businessloans.com. So they have a variety of different loan options as well when it comes to your business. Again, collateral, anything borrowed, of course, they need some sort of collateral. Business loans, common questions, things like that. But business loans could be another good option for you to look at for different types of loan options in your business. Again, if you want to check out any of the companies mentioned here, this list will be linked at the top of the video description for some of the best small business loans for you. And again, you can easily type in your zip code as well to get customized offers depending on your location as to where you are for the top small business loans. These are just some of the best companies that are ranked here on this list. So again, you can go ahead and check out this list at the top of the video description if you want to check out any of these small business loan companies. Now, keep in mind, of course, with small business loans, there is some sort of level of risk. Do keep that in mind and read the fine print when you're looking at any of these different small business loans. But at least a lot of them, you can easily just apply online at no risk to you. You have the ability to look at it and at least kind of get a good idea as to maybe what you could get approved for, or maybe if you need to try something else, or maybe look into alternative funding options for your business. Again, links will be linked down below in the video description for all these different types of small business loan options. Again, a lot of them do have, no hard credit pulls, so they are not a hard credit pull, which is a nice benefit to a lot of these different companies. Again, if you want to check out any of the companies, links are linked down below in the video description. Guys, if you found this video helpful or enjoyed it, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. But anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.